Welcome to Thrashers Paradise on this beautiful Tuesday night. I'm your host, Colin Sterling, and I am joined in studio with Kyle from Shattered Remains once again, and he brought a guest.
Hi. Yes, brought my brother, Gordon, visiting from Edmonton. He was in the band with us when we started, so I figured, why not have him join us?
Yeah. So what's it like being back in Ontario?
It's very moist. Or humid, if you would prefer. But yeah, so apart from that, it's wonderful being back seeing family and friends. But yeah, it's definitely way more humid here in Alberta. It's also not on fire, which is nice.
As much.
For the most part.
Yes. Could you move closer to the microphone, please? No? No. So, speaking of Shattered Remains, let's go back to the beginning, the two of you and the other members starting to form this band. Was the thought of, yeah, we can really do this, or was it just, let's just have fun?
I'd say at first it was let's just have fun, because like I had my drum set in my room. Kyle had brought his cab and his guitar stuff all up into my room. So I was in the attic, so I took up all of the house, which was nice. So we had the most amount of room. One half was music room, one half was computer, because I'm a computer guy. And yeah, it was just for fun, and then we started realizing, hey, we're good at this. We might be able to do something.
Yeah.
But that was all Kyle.
Yeah, I think we started originally we had like 15 songs of just covers from like August Burns Red, Threat Signal,
Kill
Land of
Switch.
God,
Yes.
Kill Switch. A bunch of random, different songs. And then it got to a point where I was kind of like, hey, let me try and write a song. And I think the first full song I ever wrote was it was called For the Last Time. And then I showed it to my brother, and it's kind of like, yeah, let's give it a try. Generally I always write all the music in the guitar program, but it's just a guidance, like just so you can get the idea of the song, and then I let him do what he had to do with drums, and then the other members at the time, bass player, guitar player. I don't think we started with a singer right away, but we started getting all those together and then going from there.
Awesome. Okay, Gordon, because we haven't really talked much. What really drew you to the drums?
The earliest memory I have of drums is actually going to a family friend's house at the age of 3 and just wailing away on the drums. I don't know, I've always had the music in me. I've always tapped my fingers for drums. It drives coworkers and friends mad, but I've always been drumming. And started grade 7 or 8 back in Burlington when I was still going to St. Gabe's. We started a band there with some of the friends that I had there, and took over the music room during recesses and stuff, and did some concerts at the end of the year and stuff like that. But we were lucky enough to have a music teacher who was also a drummer, so he knew some stuff, which was great and helped us along. But we had great help from the teachers there. They were very supportive. And then when we moved from Burlington to Hamilton and we switched schools, my friends got together and bought me a drum set.
Oh, wow.
And most of that drum set is still in my mother's basement currently. Or I should say, all of what was purchased back then is still in the basement. There is much more that has been added on to that beast.
Oh, wow.
The Franken Kid.
Franken Kid, yeah.
So, for you, who were some of your earliest inspirations?
For drumming?
Yeah.
When I really got into it, was probably, when I really, really got into it, was about the time in grade 9 and Dream Theater came to me. And so Mike Portnoy is, probably my biggest influence in terms of drums. I love his style, the way he does it. It just flows with me. I even hold the stick in my left hand the same way he does, upside down. That's what I looked at. Yeah, I know. No, I do that. Is it the best way to do it? Probably not, but it's what I know. That's what I'm comfortable with.
Gives you a snare.
It makes the snare hits just that much better, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Kyle and Gordon are going to be with us for the full show tonight, and we got a lot of music to talk about, a lot of other topics we're going to talk about, and just whatever we decide to bring up. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to start the show off. I did mention this song a bit earlier, but I didn't tell you what exactly the song is.
Correct.
So, I don't know if you ever heard of this song. It's a Madonna song.
Okay.
So it's Material Girl.
Yeah.
And it got covered by a metal band, of course. But it's not the way you would think they would cover it.
Okay.
I'm guessing because of, or have you heard of, or do you know what I'm talking about? Or no?
I got nothing.
Okay. So it's by this band called Exhumed.
Okay.
I've heard the band. I just heard the name.
I will say this, you will never forget this song after tonight. So here's Exhumed with Material Girl. And you're listening to it live right here on Indie 115's Thrashers Paradise.
My first radio interview.
Yeah, you can just talk freely.
Yeah, we're good. Mics
Yeah.
are on.
Lights
Mics
are
are on.
on. And we're recording.
Hey, we're recording for YouTube. I'm just happy it wasn't this part that I messed up. How many times I forget to press a button or that ends on my here to switch the songs? Yeah. So have there been other metal bands that have started to integrate into the household, or is it just mainly Electric Callboy?
After Electric Callboy, Polyphia came in because, totally different musical sounds, but that's where I went next after my journey with Electric Callboy was to Polyphia.
Okay.
Because Playing God came out and I loved it, and my oldest son started loving it, and then it just kind of went from there. So Polyphia and then Architects, I believe, are the two recent ones as of this year, but I can't remember. As of late, they've kind of been doing their own thing. I've been laying off the music for a little bit.
Okay.
So nothing new apart from those ones, but
I'm,
Electric Callboy was still the biggest one by far.
I mean, I'm impressed. Architects with the 7-year-old, like that is really impressive.
Oh yeah, and he loves Doomsday.
It's a great song.
Oh, that scream at the very towards the end, that 30-second scream. Oh, he loves it.
I've never heard it.
Well, we might have to play it.
I guess we
That's
do
that.
have to play, yeah.
Such a good song. And then play Low by Wage War afterwards and compare the riffs.
Okay.
There's some similarities.
I've never heard of that band.
Oh,
See, different spectrums of the genre we all listen to.
Indeed.
Because I go through my tangents of either just straight up power or straight up death. Very rarely do I get a black metal phase where I just have to listen to black metal. For me, it's a bit too much.
I can understand that.
Like Immortal, I can do because Abaf is hilarious.
I think black metal is kind of it's the same thing with me. It's kind of an off and on thing.
Yeah.
I don't really consider them black metal, but like Lorna Shore, for example, their latest album was quite incredible in my opinion. Obviously, there's stuff in the past, though, but the new singer, Will Ramos.
Will Ramos is a beast.
Yeah, that.
Literally.
Some of the, some of the noises he makes just blows me away.
And if you're curious about what that looks like, there is a YouTube video where they go down his throat.
Yeah.
While he's singing. So you can see his vocal cords in action. It's really interesting.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
The Charismatics Voice on YouTube Music did a collaboration with Will Ramos, and they put an actual
Scope down his
scope
throat.
down his throat.
Wow.
And had him do lows, highs, and show you
What your vocal cords are actually doing on the inside.
Huh.
Very interesting.
That is, yeah. I think that's something I definitely have to check out because I did end up watching the Grammy video.
Oh,
You told me to
yeah.
watch.
That was interesting. They played at the Grammys this year or last year?
Yeah, Lorna Shore
I'll have
played
to
at the
show you
Grammys.
that. And you have some of the bigger actors in that just like almost in awe, like their faces and jaws are just dropping because you're hearing some like a breakdown come and Will is just doing like the lowest of lows, and people just don't know how to react. It looks like, yeah, it's really interesting. I'm gonna have to show you after.
I like how we're planning what we're doing between the next songs. Actually, I actually, funnily enough, I was gonna play To the Hellfire next by Mother Shark. Because it is quite an amazing song.
Yeah, definitely agree. That's all I gotta say. It's great.
It is. Okay.
I have nothing further to say.
Then I guess it might be time to play some music here on Thrashers Paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lone and Shore with their song To the Hellfire, and you're listening to it live right here on Indie 115's Thrashers Paradise.
Each band is good, but sometimes when there's one band you really want to see that kind of boost your opinion of it, I guess you could say.
That's true. I remember going to Downsview Park. I think it was 2007. It was 2007, 2008. And there was like Machine Head, Slipknot was headlining and stuff. That was one heck of a concert. Machine Head are so energetic live. I love them.
Yeah.
And so is Slipknot.
That was,
Yeah.
Disturbed and like Dragon Force.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that tour. I don't think it's going anymore, obviously. They've canceled so many. Like Vans Warped Tour, stuff like that they don't really do anymore. Sounds of the Underground. That was my first metal show that I went with you.
It was Mayhem Festival.
It was Mayhem Festival. That was the name of it.
Mayhem Festival.
I don't know if they're still doing it actually. Yeah, there was so many good bands with that.
That was a fun experience. Even though I got kicked in the head twice by crowd surfers, it was still worth it.
And then there was the odd, like, when we were waiting to watch Machine Head, I didn't mind the band that was playing,
The bands on
but
the right
basically
stage,
everybody started a chant.
Started
Can't
booing
really
them.
say it, but it was
Oh.
basically saying, screw this band, and it was under oath.
Oh, Under Oath.
It was-
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
playing
So
to
they
this-
were,
yeah, on the stage right next to Machine Head as they were getting set out.
and a lot of the fans for Machine Head were basically started a chant telling them to stop playing. That's the easiest way to say it.
But I mean, and Machine Head and all their camaraderie came out and said, "Hey guys, stop being jerks. We're all here to enjoy music and perform." They did. The fans stopped after they came out and said, "Hey, stop." Yeah, I think that's my favorite concert I went to.
Yeah, I think I might have to kind of agree with that. In terms of shows I played, it was probably the biggest one we played at the Absinthe, which, from my understanding, isn't where it used to be. It was the most tickets, and I think we sold it out by the end of the night. We were opening. It was Structures, North Lane, Texas in July, and I always forget there was another one, and I always forget it. But yeah, we opened that show, and it was, I don't know if it was sold out when we started, but we sold 150 tickets between, I think it was only 5 members. No, it was 6 members at the time because we had 2 singers. And it's still a show I just never will forget. You know, seeing a lot of people show up to play, just to see you. And you know, obviously I'm a big fan of a lot of the bands that we played with. You know, being able to talk to them, like we talked to the drummer of Texas in July after Adam Gray, and you know, came out and he was just like, "Oh yeah, you were playing guitar at stage right away." And it's nice to know that, like, you know, even bigger bands, even though we're just, you know, a local band, you know, they were watching. And he actually asked for our Delusions, our EP, so gave him that. But it was just nice to see that, you know, sometimes, you know, you hear, oh, this band, they're, you know, uptight and they won't talk to you or anything like that. And just some of the people that we played with were just nicest people. Another one would just be anytime we played with Threat Signal. We played quite a few shows with them. John is actually the one who recorded our EP and every song we've done, so we kind of got to know each other fairly well at the time. It was always just a good time. In terms of shows I've been to, it's same as what my brother said. Probably it's so hard to say. Probably the best one recently was in Toronto. It was in May. Barry Tomorrow I think they're from the UK. It was, from my understanding, the first time playing in Canada, and they're headlining 2 shows, Toronto and I believe Montreal, and they're both completely sold out. But singer's nuts. He's awesome. He's really good. You hear him on the album, and then you hear him live, and he lets go. He just does whatever. It's excellent. I wasn't expecting that, but I've listened to them for a long time, so getting to see them finally was really cool.
Awesome.
What about yours? Your favorite show? You always ask us the questions.
I mean, I did tell you both up front. Got any questions, ask me. I don't care. It's a hard one. So many good bands.
I don't know. It's hard to pick one.
I'd say Judas Priest is up there because I saw them recently with Queensryche. Yeah, they disappointed me.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
I could say Maiden. You can't really go wrong with Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I feel like there'd just be a cool experience regardless.
Yeah.
See Bruce Dickinson just run around on stage? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, especially when he's in the trooper outfit. That's just the best. For me, it's a lot of the local shows. I find because they have so much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're more energetic. Like I went to this one show, May 4th, 2019, in this venue called the Boathouse in Kitchener, Ontario. And it was these 3 bands: Cathartic Demise, Raider, and Invicta, and it was just an amazing show. Like to see just a metal scene truly embrace the local bands and just have that much of a killer time. It's truly just an amazing experience. On the way, I saw Ailstorm.
Yes.
They were hilarious. And it was a really good show too. It was them with a French band, A Famer.
Yeah, never heard of
It's a French
band.
And then they were opened up by Crimson Shadows. I don't know if you guys heard of them.
I feel like I've heard the name, but I could be mistaken. Not 100%.
I've been out of the scene for so long. You could have said like Fruit Loop cereal as the name of the band, and I would have believed you.
No, there are some names that are a bit out there. I will say that. There's one band I interviewed. They're called the Hallowed Catharsis. I'm actually wearing their shirt right now. And I was talking to the lead singer about the name. He goes, "Oh, we just wanted to have the abbreviation THC."
Oh my god.
And that inspired the Hallowed Catharsis.
That's good.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, no, concert going wise, I'd say Hailstorm. They were a lot of fun. Or Gwar. It's just fun.
Gwar.
Gwar.
Oh. Gwar had put on a good show.
Yeah.
Sounds of the Underground.
Sounds of the Underground, yeah. 2006, that's the last time I went to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Trivium and
In
who else?
Flames,
In
As I Lay
Flames.
Dying. As I Lay Dying was headlining, I believe. Then In Flames and Trivium, I think.
Yeah, going in between the 2
Yeah.
things, the 2
Cool House and
buildings.
something else.
Yeah,
I forget the name of it. The Government or something?
yeah.
I feel like that was the name of it. I could be
It
mistaken.
was
But the
Cool
Cool
House
House was the
slash
bigger
Government.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Slayer with Lamb of God, and Monomarth, and Cannibal Corpse, but Ottawa ruined the concert for me. I missed the entire Cannibal Corpse set because of the traffic.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we just got in and they were doing Hammer Smashed Face, but I was still just like, I missed Cannibal Corpse.
Just mildly salty about it. It's okay.
Yeah. Now I have this mission to go see Cannibal Corpse. But of course, whenever they're in town, I'm working.
Yeah, of course. That's what happens.
Bolting sucks.
It's adulting.
What's it?
Have kids, you'll find out.
extremely underrated band?
That's hard to say.
That is hard to say for me because I don't know how rated bands are currently. If you'd asked me this question like 10, 15 years ago when I was really in the scene, I probably could have told you.
Yeah, I could tell. Same with local bands. I haven't really been to shows recently, just because, well, my own band kind of, obviously, the great COVID. We haven't really spent time together. We luckily got together last Monday and had a jam, but I haven't really been going to local shows really. So local wise, I got nothing. It's hard to say. See, I would just say like Barry Tomorrow, just because like they are fairly big in their sense, but like that's their first time playing Canada, and they've been out. I don't even know how long. It has to be like more than 10 years, because I feel like you used to listen to them.
Yeah, they're definitely. I still have some music from them back before I moved, so
Yeah.
they're definitely on my playlist 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, local wise, I couldn't really say off the top of my head, just because I haven't been to shows and I haven't really been paying attention as much. Been kind of focusing on my own music and writing. Pretty much have an album written, ready to go. Just getting, doing all the little details of it, and excited because we should be playing some of this music shortly. Just kind of got a little one last puzzle piece to figure out, and then we all should be jamming it, and then hopefully going from there. Either recording it professionally or whatever we decide in the end. Yeah. I didn't really give you a good answer, but I'm sorry, I don't really have one.
It's not good.
I'm just gonna give the answer Electric Callboy because I love them so much. And they're probably definitely underrated here in Canada because they're not really known unless you've known me in the last 3 months. So 6 months. It's June now.
They sold out Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. They're an amazing band.
They are. I was really upset that I missed out on the tickets for that.
I'm pondering in my head and I got nothing right now. I'm sure if I look through my phone and music, I would find something, but I don't know. What about you?
My first thought was Shattered Remains.
Oh, great.
It's a tough one. I honestly, Dream Theater.
Ooh,
I-
good answer.
Because
I feel like they have their own set of fans that are very loyal and respectful. And, yeah, I feel like it's hard to compare it, but like, Slayer's known for having very Slayer fans, if that makes sense. And I feel like
yeah.
I feel like Dream Theater's kind of the same way. They have their fans who you can name a song. Oh, that's off Train of Thoughts. The third song in Animal Sacrifice. There you go.
Hey, that's me.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean,
They did win the Grammy too, so
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I'm probably one of the Dream Theater fans that's pre-Portnoy or post-Portnoy, and then when Portnoy was there. Mike Portnoy being the drummer.
Yeah.
Again, he was my idol growing up, so I had troubles having him being replaced. Not that I have any investment in the band whatsoever.
Yeah.
From just my own personal love for them.
Yeah.
So they do them. They're all friends, so it's all good.
Mhm.
So there's no hard feelings between the bandmates, which would have sucked because they all went to Berkeley together, like John Mayan, Mike Portnoy, and
John Petrucci.
John Petrucci, it's the other John. So that would have sucked, but the fact that they're all still happy and friends that's what's important. Music comes secondary after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess I could change my answer. No, you guys make good points. You guys make good points about Dream Theater. Oh, I got a good one. 3 Inches of Blood.
Oh,
They,
I haven't listened to them in a while.
they were a great band
Yeah.
when they were around.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They were one of the. Yeah, one of the
They
bands.
could have been something big if they would have kept at it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a band I haven't heard in a while. That's something I would, every other day I'd be putting on one of their albums, but I don't even remember so long since I've listened to them.
Okay, I think I gave a better answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm struggling with questions, so I guess we should play some more music. Might be a good idea. I don't know.
Bathroom break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then. Well, this is a local band. They're called Morse Vernum, and this is their song, "The Devil They Fear Is Not the Devil I Know." And you're listening to it live right here on Indie 101.5's Thrashers Paradise. Do that. Well, you listen to it live right here on Indie 101.5's Thrashers Paradise. I apologize. My English wasn't the greatest in high school.
You know English?
What's English?
English.
I only speak Canadian.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Hey. We are still joined with Kyle and Gordon of and formerly of Shattered Remains, which I loved because I made the perfect pun the other day at your in-laws' house.
That you did.
So we were eating cake. It was an ice cream cake. It was very frozen. And my fork, I was struggling to stab it a lot, but I was eating it and it was working, and then it just shattered on me. And people just asked, so what's left of your fork? I'm like, just shattered remains. Everyone got it except for your kids.
They're young.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I found it cute though, because they were just, why is it funny?
Pretty much how I made the band name.
Well, we had the band name beforehand.
Yeah.
Parallels. if I recall
Parallels.
correctly.
Spelled funky.
Well, it was spelt the same way that is spelled on the Misery Signal song. Their song
Yeah.
name is Parallels, spelled incorrectly. And then we chose not to do that because of Twilight, that movie series. It came out like the
I know
What's his
Twilight.
name?
I just don't remember why.
one of the sequels had Parallel in it or something. We ended up changing the name because of that.
Oh, I don't remember
That was something.
I think we looked up the band too, and there was already a band like it, but it was spelled properly.
It was spelled
obviously.
properly.
But we were kind of like,
Who cares? We spell it differently.
yeah, exactly.
Were there, so besides Parallels, were there other names that were like kind of in consideration for being a band name?
No,
I don't think so.
not really.
Not that I remembered.
I think we started jamming, and we kind of like, oh, we should probably make a name. Think of a name. Once we started, I started writing some more of the music, and I think there was a lot of brainstorming and like throwing these things back and forth. But besides that, no, not really. I don't even think we actually ended up playing like a show under that name or anything. And then we went to take pictures on the mountain in Hamilton, and it was at an abandoned. What?
It's an escarpment.
Escarpment, whatever.
Oh,
I know,
The
I just
correction
screwed
from the
half of the
Edmonton guy.
audience. I've been to real mountains.
I was called out. The escarpment. We were taking band photos, and we were kind of undecided of the band name Parallels, obviously, and it was something stupid. We were walking to go where we were taking the pictures, and there was a bunch of broken glass on the ground. I said it's a bunch of shattered remains, and I said it completely as a joke, and then we were all kind of actually like,
Oh yeah.
it's kind of actually an okay band name. We kind of, it's
That was
alright.
at the photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was that
I think-
photo shoot, right?
Yeah, Jesse
Jesse
took the picture.
took the pictures. That's right.
Jesse, the sexy. I'm the other half of the sexy. He's the other half. Long story.
alright.
Long story. But yeah, that's how the name actually. I think we kind of finally decided that was the name we were going to go by, and then slowly started playing shows, obviously under that name. I think our first show was at the Casbah with a band like Off Temples from like Quebec or something. I don't know, it was a long time ago. And then honestly I don't remember the other. I think there's two other bands. show got thrown around a lot. It was supposed to be the day before, and then like within 24 hours prior to the show, they moved it like to the next day, and then I think the same day they pushed it back like 3 or 4 hours earlier or something. Because I remember you were coming from work, and I attempted to set up your drum set, and then you showed up with like 5 minutes before we played or something, did minor adjustments, and then it was like, oh, go.
That's right. I had to put my shoes underneath the drum kit.
Yeah.
Just to prevent it from moving forward as I kicked
Yeah.
the bass. I remember that.
Yeah. And I think that was our first, we'll say, official show.
Yeah.
Because we always did stuff at where we lived, you know, in the attic, my brother's room. We always did the odd thing, you know, people came over, hung out, whatever. And then, yeah, that was our first official show, I'd say. And then from there, it was playing, like we played Toronto, I think once or twice before you moved. And then the Doors, obviously, multiple times. I think maybe the St. Hollywood. Yeah, because you forgot one of the songs.
Yes.
We started to play it, and you started the intro to a different song or something like that. And then
I
we just,
believe that song ended up calling, I called it,
My
what was it?
Weakness or this,
Gordon's Weakness.
Yeah, it was This
called
Weakness or something.
Yeah.
and then we ended up, it was Gordon's Weakness.
I could never play the start of the song. I could never remember it. Any other song ever, no problem. That song specifically, I could never remember it. So whenever we played it live, I always screwed it up.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
Tons of people forget their own songs all the time.
Good talk.
Why do you think Lars remembers everything? It's all the same sounds.
Should bring back the garbage can.
Saint Anger Part 2.
There's so many funny videos of that where we replace the snare with just the most stupid things. And it's like, I like how it's just become its own joke now.
Yeah.
But yeah, from, I guess, we did do, I guess we call it an EP or a demo, but we didn't really release it with Gordon doing drums, and then guitar and our bass player that aren't in the band anymore, obviously. And then we never really released it. We were kind of really happy with it. And then after my brother's last show, fourth, February 4th, and then he moved the next day, or I guess I should say took a plane out to Edmonton the next day. From there, basically recruited new members. I met a guy, I forget how I met him. Mike was the singer, Mike F. And then, funny enough, his name's Danny Balder. He replaced the guitar player, and then Danny was going to school with somebody named Matt, and then we all kind of slowly pieced it back together. So for a while it was Mike singing, me and Danny on guitars, Matt on bass, and then I met Devin from, I think I met him through Mike. I forget how they knew each other, but he joined shortly after. He was besides my brother, he was, I guess, the main replacement for my brother. And then since then, it's kind of been, well, we've replaced members here and there, but it's been an interesting ride. We recorded Delusions. I think it was 20. Someone's hungry. Chili cheese dog is doing some work. We recorded Delusions. I think it was in 2011, and we officially released it in 2012. And then we won the Hamilton Music Award here at Mohawk, funny enough. And then from there, we just kind of recorded singles here and there. I think we've done 3 singles since then. And then, yeah, we're working on music now. Going from there. It's pretty excited about it.
Awesome.
There's the band's history in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It kicked off when I left.
Yeah. Funny enough, what was he doing? Forgetting songs. No, definitely wasn't it. I think it was just the timing. I'm sure if he was still in it.
The band was ramping up
Yeah.
after I had already made my decision to head out west.
We did a lot of, I guess, groundwork in Hamilton, playing shows, and then obviously some of the newer members were already, they're already in bands or, played in bands for a bit, and then, it all kind of came together when we all, joined Shattered Remains, or they did, I guess, and then, went from there, ups and downs. It ramped up and then kind of eased out, and obviously COVID happened. We all kind of just did our own thing, just because we couldn't do anything really, and then getting back together now, and I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Great.
Have you ever had any interest in playing in bands?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you play if you think you were to play an instrument? I mean, what do you think you would do? Would you be slapping the bass?
No, I wouldn't be slapping the bass like Paul Rudd did. Honestly, vocals.
Yeah?
If I knew how to growl, I would love to do it. I think personally, I have that kind of humor and charisma to kind of keep an audience entertained between songs,
Mm-hmm.
and just, if I knew how to write lyrics, I think, I'd love to sing in a band. Like, I had a name picked out.
Yeah.
Violet, and it was going to be a progressive death metal band. My thinking was similar to Opeth, just the name throws off what the band sounds like,
Yeah.
which to me makes more people interested in finding out what the band does sound like.
Yeah, when you actually hear it, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You
But-
might think it might be like some pop song. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh.
But I think I'd lean more towards the death metal side of things.
Not as progressive.
Yeah, not as
That's just-
progressive. Kind of find a middle between Opeth and maybe Death, where you still have that,
Oh, okay, yeah.
that melody and all that, but also you just have that brutality as well. But no, yeah.
Like Aquafelt, however you say his
Yeah.
vocals.
I wouldn't want to definitely end up like what they are now. Like, not saying their new music isn't good, it's not for me. Like, I actually found it funny. I listened to their latest album in English and I hated it, but heard it in Swedish and it was actually really good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. The Swedish version of the new Opeth album, it's quite interesting.
I actually haven't listened to it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
For the former Opeth Die Hard, I should probably get on that.
No, like Blackwater
Water
Park.
Park.
Yeah. And Deliverance, like Damnation, like great albums. And then, I mean, Sorceress for me, just, it's too soft. It's too,
Seems like for some metal bands, that seems to be what happens.
Yeah.
Or heavier bands, I should say. They kind of, as they grow older, get like softer. Not all bands, but like, seems to be something that happens.
well, even you and I talked about the Spirit Box.
Yeah.
Like, they released Eternal Blue. It
Yeah.
was amazing. And then,
I think the latest song was more soft.
yeah.
More, poppy's not the right word, but yeah.
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 It's just, there's a huge difference from Eternal Blue to Rotoscope.
Yeah.
And it's very evident. Have you heard the Spirit Box, Gordon?
I have not. Or if I have, I don't recall. I'm bad with names.
Courtney LaPlante is a singer, female singer. You'd probably remember.
We'll play a song.
Yeah.
Easiest solution.
It's good, you'll like it.
Yeah. But it's just determining which song.
Yeah. It's hard to choose one.
I mean, my go-to would be Sun Killer, but I feel like that's probably a lot of people's go-to.
Yeah.
Maybe if we should do Rotoscope. rotoscope maybe,
Yeah.
just so you get that new feel. But no, to answer your question, vocals. Yeah. I did. If I could say, yeah. That was the computer.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing I wish I did well, was doing vocals. Did it a bit in the past with the band, because I think when we first started, it was me and the other guitar player doing vocals and playing guitar at the same time too. And that was one of the reasons I kind of wanted an actual frontman. For some of the stuff we were playing, it was kind of tough to do both at the same time. You know, some people like Matt Heafy from Trivium, I don't know how to be, you know, screaming and singing and just riffing it on guitar, and I don't know, not for me. I'd rather have a dedicated frontman, but you know, not to down talk them. It's just something personally I don't think I'd rather feel more confident in just the guitar playing and more confident in the singer doing the singing. But everybody's different. Some people like doing it, some people can do it. I didn't do it very well. That's kind of the reason. Could have been just lack of practice, but yeah, that was kind of my desire to actually have a singer. Yeah, kind of something I wish I got good at, but I don't think I really ever did.
Can you sing, Gordon?
In the shower, I sing perfectly.
Everyone does.
But apart from that, I'd like to think I can do the low growls. And I pretend to do it. Like when Saw's Law was playing, I know the words. I can pretend to sing, but I'm not good at it. And I'm self-aware to understand that.
Yeah.
I may be able to, quote unquote, sing or scream it, but it's not very good.
Yeah. See, I tried to mimic Polish death metal band Vader's vocalist.
Oh yeah.
Triumph of Death, that's the one song. I could kind of do it, but my voice is like, no. Don't even try.
Good
No.
try.
Yeah, you can try.
Go back to
but-
the drawing board.
Yeah. Go back to the radio thing. Just stick with the radio.
If I could sing,
Yeah.
I would love to sing like the lead singer of Protest the Hero. I love his voice.
That's an old one.
I know, it's a callback, but
I haven't listened to that in a while. Kezia and Keziah, or however you say it.
I love Protest.
As soon as you said that, I thought of Blood Meat.
Oh,
And just that.
Yeah.
Just even him doing it with the vocals, it's like crazy. No, if I could sing any song or be like any vocalist personally, that's a tricky one because there's so many good ones you gotta really think about. But I think Corpse Grinder, because the fact that he gets deep, but also you can understand every word he says, I think to me is really impressive of the craft of the death metal growl.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. And the fact, again, that's my issue with Cannibal Corpse, because I can only play a certain amount of songs because you can understand them so well.
Yeah. Same way that's going. Yeah, he's very consistent too, and he enunciates a lot,
Yeah.
which is, you know, don't get me wrong, there's some bands that, yeah, they're just, you know, low growls, and you can't really tell what they're saying. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think more so what draws me is being able to understand it. Yes, they're screaming, maybe you won't understand everything, but the enunciation is what draws me more so towards a band or, I guess, vocalist.
Yeah.
But as I say, it's music. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody likes what they likes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we just kind of went off a tangent there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Let's play some more music.
Yeah.
We're gonna do an older song. You might know this one. It's of a band we were talking about earlier.
Why are you looking at me after you said older song?
You're making us both feel
The
bad.
oldest one in the room.
No, I didn't mean anything by it. You gotta put me on the spot.
Call him out. Call it like you know it.
Okay, fine. I'll just stare up here so then no one gets called out.
Hey, you may know this song.
You might have heard of this song by Misery Signal. It is,
They're great.
it's off of Malice and
Off of Mouse and Magnum.
Heart. Yeah.
Yeah. It's their first album, I believe.
Yes.
I think they had an EP before that, but their first full length.
To be honest, I only know this song because it was actually a wrestler's theme song.
5 years or no?
A Victim, a Target.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is A Victim, a Target by Misery Signals, and you're listening to it live right here on Indie 101.5's Thrashers Paradise.
Don't forget to put in your legal thing after the song.
I can do it after the next.
And that's pretty much it. I have some ideas right now, but I want to wait till everything gets settled down with everybody, and once we jam a bit more, since it's been a while, besides last week.
Okay.
So it should be interesting. I'm excited to have merch again. Wouldn't mind having like a nice hat or something either.
I would rock that as a hat guy myself.
Yeah.
I would rock one too if I was to get one.
Yeah, I'm not usually much of a hat person as I'm wearing one, but yeah, I think that would be cool. Maybe hats, something different. I really like the crew neck we did, so maybe do like a full-on sweater. I think that would be nice.
Onesie.
A onesie.
You should do it.
Okay. I've been convinced.
What kind of onesie are you talking
Do
about?
like
Just
shadow
a
work.
big one, like an adult size onesie with like, the flaps at the
Flap.
bottom so that you can go to the bathroom still. Yeah.
Butt
Just
flap with the
giant,
shadow
just,
logo.
I don't know, all black with the SR logo on the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's where it needs to be.
Okay, that's a good idea. Now, what kind of sweater would you do? Like a zip up or a pullover?
Either or.
Crack dancer is
I really like my pullovers. I don't know.
That's where
That'd be something we
that's
could
where
decide
the
upon.
two brothers start to fight. It's all over this sweater type.
Or really, if you wanted to, you could do maybe a pre-order system and just see who all wants to buy a zip up and who all wants to buy a pullover, and then get exact
Yeah,
qualities
definitely.
made.
Yeah, when it comes to that, that's probably what will happen.
I feel that would be the best bet with
Yeah.
the sweaters, because you're not going to satisfy everyone.
Yeah, generally they cost more. And
Speak for yourself.
oh, he said that. He went there. Yeah, I think that would be the better idea. The crew necks, I forget exactly how many we ordered, but it was kind of hard to say, most people might buy a medium or large. You can't always cater to everybody.
Yeah.
And, there might be the one person that wants like, a 2XL just because they like to have a bigger, sweater and crew neck, or maybe they actually just need that to wear. But, yeah, I feel that would be a better idea. Especially with the shirts, I still have some of them. And it's just because they didn't really sell as much, and now I just kind of have shirts laying around.
I mean, I can.
Good dish towels.
Good dish towels.
Just joking.
I
Just
mean,
joking.
I could take one off you if you want.
Yeah, I dig them out. They're in the tote somewhere.
Cool.
I dig out all the SR stuff. It's been a while.
Have you thought about like fanny packs?
Please do it.
I'm getting thumbs up and being told please do it, but I
Please
despise
do it.
them.
So
You
does
got
It
it.
might be.
So does my
got-
wife, but if it's a Shattered Remains one, she can say no.
No, you gotta understand. The weirder the merch, the more people want it. This is what I find with metal bands. If it's more obscure, people will want more of it.
Shattered Remains toothbrushes.
What?
Okay, that one's a bit much.
Oh, come on.
Shot remains shot glasses.
But then you smash them and then they become Shattered Remains.
Yeah, let's just go there. Let's just take the name on and go for it.
What if you actually?
I should say that's actually I do have a lot of shot glasses from bands that would just give it away, local bands, and just be like, here,
Yeah.
have one. Or yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
I mean, it's better than saying, "Hey, here's our band's business card."
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
You gotta make it more lively. A hot sauce.
This is what your toilet's gonna look like after this. The shattered remains.
That won't be a good day for a hot sauce.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
The ideas are brewing.
Yes.
Your stomach will be.
Here's the tagline.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I thought of. It's just getting the right idea, and it's easy to just put a logo on something. And yeah, most people will like it. I kind of want to be a little more creative than that too. Sometimes I like different logos that they don't even have anything to do with the band necessarily, but
Yeah.
they put it together very well.
I find t-shirts are overdone. Like, metalheads, we all have t-shirts of bands.
It's
But if you got
90% of my clothes,
Yeah.
t-shirts or band shirts.
yeah, they're band shirts, but if you get into like more different clothing options, like even if you were to do like a baseball tee,
Yeah, I actually have one. I love it. Yeah, I think
See,
it was
like-
Fit for a King. They did a run where I think they were doing Warped Tour, and they basically made baseball tees for themselves, so it would have like a number in their last name or something. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong though. And then a lot of people kept asking, from my understanding, where did they get it, or like where could they buy it, and they never sold it, and then they brought it out right after. And yeah, that's where I got mine, and I thought it was the coolest idea. For them, it just says like Fit for King on the
Yeah.
back, and the logo on the front. But it's a really nice shirt. Too.
even if you just did like the traditional white with black sleeves and just put the band logo on the front,
Yeah, definitely.
it's nice, it's simple, and it's different. It stands out.
Definitely agree.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of like something weird we could do too. I think the onesie would be kind of cool. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Booty shorts.
Yeah.
Where does the logo go on the booty shorts?
We'll do two kinds. A male and female version or something.
Because there's a band in Calgary, or now Vancouver, called Hyperia, and they did that. They did
Yeah.
band merch booty shorts.
Yeah, I think Amir did it too once. They used to have some, just said Amir on the butt.
Like, I'm not saying go Rammstein crazy and get a custom made set of adult toys. Have you not heard of that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, Rammstein came out with a set of adult toys, each modeled after their own.
Schlongs.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then everyone knew who was packing and who wasn't. Rammstein.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I never heard
Oh.
about that.
And then I think Ghost.
Yeah.
They came out with Ghost theme plugs.
Okay, I get where that's going.
Yeah. That was weird, but also.
We're getting all the ideas here now.
Yeah, no, I have good ideas. I feel if bands were to come to me and genuinely ask for merch ideas, I have hundreds of merch ideas just to be different.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like it already.
Like, even though this one is extremely expensive and you would have to do like an extreme low number of it, hockey jerseys,
Yeah, that would definitely be a lot more expensive.
or sports jerseys of any kind.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
tank tops.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's something.
Yeah, I think we actually made a design once, and I think it came down to the shirts or the tank tops just because of pricing, and what was we paying for, and I think we chose a shirt over the tank top. But that was, I don't know. I might still have the design too. I keep kind of curious. I'm gonna have to look it up on my computer. Open up the SR vault.
Oh no, I do like the hat idea. The hat, I think.
Yeah, like doing snapback or just doing like an actual winter toque.
Winter toque would, I think that would do better. Because Canada,
Eh?
yeah. I mean,
We're all about that.
Don't talk like that.
socks!
Socks would be right.
I was about to say tidy whities, but
Just do SR briefs or something. An SR scrunchie. Yeah, that would.
Actually, some bands have done that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm on the radio.
Huh?
A rooster rang. Um.
That was a good save.
Okay.
That'd be interesting.
This.
I don't know how the design would go. It would have to be worked on.
It's a circle.
SR's all across it.
Now I'm thinking of that scene from my now pronouncing Chuck and Larry. That's so good. But no, yeah, bands have done scrunchies. It's different, but it appeals to the
I don't
female
use it, so I
audience.
probably never noticed it. That's probably why.
Can't say use scrunchy, but
Oh.
hair
Oh.
ties, yes, but they're just simple black. Don't need any logo.
Oh, obviously patches.
I was never into patches and stuff like that, but I know a lot of people really do like it.
You'd be surprised how much
Topping out their metal jean jackets or whatever, and
You'd
stitching them on.
be surprised how much you could make off of patches.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. That is a good idea. So,
Even if it was just a crappy looking patch, you could make good money off of it.
yeah, definitely, I agree. Gonna have to write all these ideas down, and once it comes time to make merch, get the templates right, and
Yeah.
go from there.
Or just text me and be like, hey, what were some of your ideas again?
Or watch the YouTube video that he's gonna put up.
Yes.
Totally out of this.
I got another idea. What if you were to do like the spacer plugs?
I could. I don't know how that would be cost-wise. So, put like an S or an R on one side or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. I wonder what that'd be something to look into. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone's gotta pee.
Yes.
We're being abandoned.
Little does he know he locked himself out.
Yeah. We'll be back eventually.
Yeah, I guess that's the sign to play music. Here's Opeth with Deliverance, which was Gordon's request.
As he leaves.
As he leaves. And you're listening to it live right here on Indie 1015's Thrashers Paradise. Boop.
Boop.
I said the boop live on air.